Hello, welcome back to MTDCNC, my friends. Where are we today? We are in Germany near the Black Forest, also home of the world's largest cuckoo cock, believe it or not. But most importantly, as you can see behind me, we are with some of my favorite people, the technology people here at SW. So let's go inside and take a look at what's going on behind these magical factory doors. I know you want to see it just as much as I do. So come on, let's go. Well, we've made it inside. It's a bit warmer in here, and I've invited someone much more intelligent than me to join me and help talk to you about what's going on behind us. But before we do that, we're going to talk about the foundation of the company, kind of how it started, and move into what's happening now, and then get you excited about the future of SW, because we want you to also get excited, or at least as excited as I am about being here. It's kind of one of those things where I want to kind of jump up and down. However, let's get Eileen here, my friend, talking with you guys and talk about the past, the building, the foundation, where it started, the growth and expansion, and let the audience know kind of what's going on behind these doors, as we called them earlier, the magic doors here at SW.
Well, welcome here. Welcome behind the magic doors, being inside here at SW, in front of the production. In the past, we come from Heckler & Koch, which is a well-known brand as well. In the 90s, we had a management buyout, and the two managers took over at a time where it was financially not as pretty, and the factory was not doing as well as they're doing right now. But we grew over the time. We had really great customers along the way that helped us moving forward, being innovative, doing some real engagement with us and development with us. So that helped us going to EMO, actually showing our newest machine in the 90s with a monoblock concept, something we really pride ourselves in. And yeah, that's been the starting point for great machines and different series of machines that help our customers today.
As we know you today as being, real precise in these dual spindles and quad spindles. I mean, you're quite famous for it. But I would imagine, as you mentioned, the building maybe being under constructed, there's real gratitude for what has been and what you've moved into now, to value for the customers and yourselves what you've created with those big partners, and the expansion that's gone on around the world, and the influx of employees that have been brought in here as well to support the growth. That's all a part of it as well, isn't it?
100%, Tony. That's been really our story the last 10 years, 20 years. So we are SW for over 25 years now, but we've grown not just in Germany and in Europe, into Italy, and we just started SW Hungary this year. We also have in the US a location in Michigan. You've been to that one as well. We have a location or two locations in Asia. So it's been quite a development in different regions. You can travel around Europe visiting our different office if you want to. Obviously, we hired a bunch of people to support that. I remember this factory many years ago when it just started to be SW with a couple hundred people, and now we have in this location over 800 people, but globally it's 1,300 technology people. And so it's been a fun development, really growing this fast, and it's been fun being part of this history, yeah?
I will most definitely take you up on that offer to travel around and see all the locations. Been over to the U.S. facility, absolutely beautiful. Now, kind of segueing into the next section, and we touched on briefly, is what you're known for, the dual and quad spindles. Previously, simultaneously going down as one piece, but
horizontal.
That's right, horizontal. I keep doing that coming from the milling world, but yes, horizontal machining, yes. And we know you for that. We know you for these linear drives that are so fast. Would you like to go into the details of some of this technology that currently exists for the people out there that go, well, I might be considering that SW horizontal milling machine?
Yeah, for sure. We also will see a bunch of machines later on, but we have the monoblock that makes it really a legitimate, high quality production piece. You can do up to 4 spindles. You have 1 spindle machines too, especially for bigger parts in the e-mobility world that we're into now. Sometimes the single spindle makes more sense, but we still have these high quantity parts like a scroll or something like that really we need a lot of. So multi-spindle, you have the same floor space, just the same, same floor space saves you amount of time and people working on this machine. You don't need 4 people, you only need 1 person, but you have 4 pieces coming out of it. I think that's a great system that our customers utilize. They really bring down the cost per piece, and they can really be competitive even in today's world.
Eileen, you and I could probably talk about this all day, right? Because you're right. I've had a great comparison where 4 spindles versus 1 spindle. What I love about your company is if the parts are bigger, go with the 1 spindle and you can utilize that same space. If they're smaller, go with 4 spindles and get 4 parts done at one time. Is it low batch and high mix? Is it high batches and high production? You have all of that. But then on top of that, you're a leader in automation. So now you're taking the gantry style robots on the top, and we talked about real estate, saving space, saving money, whether it's automation on the sides. You guys are really good at that as well.
I mean, we talked a little bit about history. We come from the machining, you're totally right. But as we grew with our customers and had these great customers as development partners, we learned that it's more to bring a good part out, it's more than just a machine. You need really a process that you can trust. You need automation. You need more and more automation as you can't find people. So we really go with a trend, and our new vision is SW being the leader in smart manufacturing solutions. And that includes automation as well. We want to be modular for our customers. We have connectivity tools. We have, data services that help connecting all these different pieces of the production. So you're totally right. We do it all, basically. Give us a empty plant and we do it for you.
You're absolutely right as well. I like that we're feeding off of each other in such a way. There's a percentage of people out there that might not know the difference when we talk about linear drives. Would you mind kind of breaking down the significance of a linear drive for the audience out there that still wants to learn a bit more about that?
Sure. We have the traditional ball screw that most people know. That's just more rigid, that you need for a die cast, anything that's really metal. But if you have aluminum, it's not magnetic. So you can use a magnetic linear drive to just have crazy speeds and feeds and just be fast and have still the high dynamic. With our 3-axis box-in-box unit, which is part of our design principle, you have really the movement within the monoblock and can do it fast, you can do it precise, and you can just not just even have the 4 pieces getting out of it, but that also in a great cycle time.
Very, very well explained. So now as we move into the future, you have a training center that's constantly bringing young kids in and teaching them about SW and putting them out into the world. That's one piece when companies think about, do I want to work with someone? It's what does the future hold? When I invest in an SW machine, it's going to run for decades at a time. But if it's going to run for decades at a time, we need someone to support it. And you guys have invested in the future of SW with these people, right?
For sure. We have the apprentice program that has right now over 100 apprentices, which is wild to think about. It's so many young students here that are learning every day, really everything from scratch. We have great teams here on the shop floor that are here for years. They have really deep knowledge that are really specialized in these different areas. And we try to really develop people, we are big enough so we can support everyone's dream, and we really like having the apprentices. Some go back to school and come back after, and some stay here. It's been, you meet people all the time. It's fun seeing recognizable people all the time on the shop floor, and it's not, who are you? Who are you? So that's kind of nice.
Well, you're supporting my dream right now by being on camera and being in this facility with you right now. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience about the future of SW, what you guys are excited about? I know you've shown me a massive machine and more technology to come. Anything you want to share with them?
We have really the e-mobility as the future. Our customers are driving us to do this, but we're really supporting them in each way. We have also other industries like agriculture, aerospace, medical industry that we are going into. So we're expanding not just on the footprint globally, but also in different industries. Our machines have really different fits and different great USPs for these solutions or for these parts. So no matter which industry you're in, SW can be a great choice for you, and you should definitely consider it.
Absolutely agree. And before we close this out, I want to expand on that just a little bit further because we can make the discussion that traditionally you've been known to support the automotive companies,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
You've been known for that, but it's not that. You've shown me bone plates, small pieces, again, back to the high mix, low batch, that kind of thing. Let's expand on where you guys are now focusing. There's an EV market for sure, but you're in all the markets across the board. So I don't want it to be misconstrued that it's only automotive because it's definitely not.
It's not. So as you said, the bone plate I showed you earlier, we also have knee implants, so we can also machine like plastics, which is not something we typically have done being out of the automotive world, but we really have learned throughout the last years all of this knowledge and have great customers who are really using this. We do tweezers, so for surgeries. So it's really, a new set of work pieces that we do. We also do for trucks, like the motor blocks for trucks that are just massive. But the new big machines that we are creating right now, like a BA Space 3 or the new BA 711 Space, all these machines are really focusing on getting bigger pieces on there that are relevant for the future and staying flexible. Sure, multi-spindle is relevant for the automotive, but other industries you need to stay flexible. You need to have the ability to change work pieces throughout different shifts. So that is important to us as well because it becomes important for our customers.
And flexibility is something I could use in my life as well. All these planes, trains, and automobiles, I could use a bit more stretching. Stay tuned to some videos as well on the technology that Eileen was just talking about. There's individual videos, so we're going to dive into the details of how those work. With that being said, Eileen, thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you. And thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for another incredible video from MTDCNC.